Hello YouTubers, this is Cessnaace back again with another mega LaserDisc ads video. Something a little different this time. In addition to the LaserDisc I'm going to be showing in this video, I'm also going to be showing 10 VHS tapes. Now, the reason I decided to do it that way is because I don't foresee me slowing down in the purchasing of LaserDisc anytime soon. And I wanted to get started on my backlog of VHS tape ads that I haven't shown. I have a box in front of me that holds 10 VHS tapes. I have another 7 boxes just like it over there. And I have 3 boxes of LaserDisc over here. Yes, I know I had 1 box at the end of my last video, but I went out to the flea market this past weekend. Okay. First up, we have a film that stars Burt Lancaster, was a Burt Lancaster production, and was directed by Burt Lancaster. The Kentuckian. Also featured in the cast are John Carradine, John McIntyre, and introducing Walter Matthau and some guy by the name of Donald McDonald. Okay, this is supposed to be a really good film, although I haven't seen it yet. Kevin Kline, Joan Allen, and Sigourney Weaver in an Ang Lee film, The Ice Storm. Film critics Roger Ebert and Gene Siskel gave it 2 big thumbs up. The Omega Code, featured in the cast of Michael York and Michael Ironside, released by Good Times Entertainment. But this isn't a slow-speed tape. It is part of their Gold series and is in SP mode. The film runs 100 minutes and the tape, you probably won't be able to make it out with my camera, but if it's on the cartridge at all, it's going to, or cassette, it's going to be just above the record tab. In this case, this is a 105-minute tape. I told you wouldn't be able to make it out. Okay, Keith Carradine and Shelley Duvall in a Robert Altman film, Thieves Like Us. Okay, I know I already have this one on LaserDisc, but what the hey, it was only $1. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Insert card, just trying to peek out. Okay, this is one in a series of very successful films that Universal released back in the 50s, I believe. This is the 4th one in the series that I've purchased on VHS. Ma and Pa Kettle Back on the Farm. Vertical Limit. Okay, back in 1981, there were 3 werewolf movies, prominent werewolf movies. An American Werewolf in London, Wolfen, and The Howling. This release is from HBO Canon Video. Howling 2. which stars Christopher Lee. Okay, I have other VHS tapes in this series. This is the Elvis Commemorative Collection series. Jailhouse Rock. And from Front Row Entertainment, a film that apparently stars Nicole Kidman. Nightmaster. At least, I believe it stars Nicole Kidman. Don't know where I got that idea from. This is a slow speed tape, unfortunately. They don't have a running time for the film. Well, they might on the back. 87 minutes. But you know, this particular cassette doesn't have its duration on it. Okay, now moving on to LaserDiscs. Yesterday, I went out to the flea market to Yesterday and Today. And I was going through their LaserDiscs. Their LaserDiscs are kind of hard to see if you don't know they're there. He has 2 rows of them underneath shelves for vinyl LPs. They're in crates, but stored vertically. And so like I said, if you don't know they're there, you might not see them. While I was looking through the LaserDiscs, a guy came in, and I heard him walk over to where Bill was, and he said, "Do you buy LaserDiscs?" And he said, "Well, it depends." And he said, "Well, I have these here." And he put down a whole bunch of them. And Bill said, "Well, you know, there's not much of a market for LaserDiscs these days." And the guy said, "Yeah, he knew. Since the introduction, or since the LaserDisc format's heyday, you've had DVD and you've had Blu-ray and even HD DVD. After he left, he brought over this big stack of LaserDiscs and said, "You might want to go through these because there's some stuff in here I think you might want." And I said, "Okay," and I'll go ahead and put the rest in the inventory that I don't want today. And he said, "Fine," and he disappeared. But then he didn't waste any time. He came back around, and he had 3 beautiful boxed sets, and I wanted all 3 of them. He said he was going to have to charge $15 a piece for those. I said, "Well, would you be willing to put them aside and hold them for me?" And he said he would. So I'll be going in there next weekend to pick up those. But until I say otherwise, all the ones I'm going to show in this video were ones added yesterday. That is, these were all purchased by Yesterday and Today yesterday. I'm showing them to you today. Airport 1975 in letterbox format. This is MCA Universal Home Video Release 42003. Plenty of chapter marks. I did eventually buy this movie on DVD, but for the longest time it was only available on VHS, and it was one of those titles that Universal had licensed out to Good Times, and so it was only available as a slow speed release. So, anyway. Aladdin. This is in CAV mode and is a THX certified transfer. A beautiful gatefold jacket. And includes the theatrical trailer. Okay. There were multiple releases of this particular film. Aliens. This is in CAV, letterboxed, and is a THX certified transfer. This is the theatrical cut. Now, I know I've already shown you in the past the director's cut, which I have in a boxed set. That boxed set is notorious for having a lot of defects. But it was manufactured at more than one facility, that box set. If you have one that was manufactured at Pioneer's US plant, there aren't any known copies that are good from that. However, mine was made by Mitsubishi, and so far there haven't been any reported cases of defects with the Mitsubishi run. So anyway, I have two LaserDisc releases of that movie, but different cuts. Okay. Clint Eastwood film. The Beguiled. This is a period film. It takes place about the time of the American Civil War. This is MCA Universal Home Video Release 41235. Okay, Henry Fonda and Robert Shaw in Battle of the Bulge. This is letterboxed. And takes 3 sides. But being that it was released by Warner Brothers, not in a gatefold jacket, I don't know what it is or what it was about gatefold jackets and Warner Brothers, but they didn't like using them. MGM UA used gatefold jackets quite a lot. Another one I picked up yesterday. This is the first release of this film that I have. Alien Resurrection. Widescreen THX certified transfer. Presented in its original aspect ratio of 2.35 to 1. And plenty of liner notes. This is Fox Video Release 00325585. Okay, scary that I remember when this film came out, because it came out in 1985. Enemy Mine, from CBS Fox Video. Directed by Wolfgang Petersen. Just beneath where it says directed by Wolfgang Petersen, it says special effects by ILM. That would be Industrial Light and Magic. Okay, this is a John Carpenter film, Letterboxd. In the Mouth of Madness. This includes as extras the original theatrical trailer and television spot, and then television spot labeled bestseller, television spot labeled as like the book, question mark, television spot montage, television spot whatever he writes, television spot reality, and behind the scenes featurette. This also has a running commentary track with the director, John Carpenter, and cinematographer, Gary B. Kilby. So a lot of value for $3. Bill obviously wasn't kidding when he said that he was looking for more LaserDiscs to buy so that I could buy them. I asked him, well, how often does that happen? He says, actually it happens quite a bit, but up until recently he's been telling him he's not interested. That obviously has changed. Have this film already on VHS and DVD, but hey, it's Jackie Chan. First Strike. Letterboxd. And it was distributed by Image Entertainment, licensed from New Line Home Video. Catalog reference number ID3954LI. Okay. The Little Mermaid. This is in CAV mode, letterboxed. In a gatefold jacket. This to me is one of the reasons why the LaserDisc format is a much better format as far as collectors is concerned than other formats. This includes Under the Sea, The Making of the Little Mermaid, original theatrical trailer, character design, concept art, and concept art by K. Nielsen. Pretty good deal for $3. Letterboxd release of Mad Max. This is the American dubbed version, which, if I were Australian, I would find that whole situation to be insulting, but I'm not Australian. And as an American, I feel kind of insulted because it's pretty much them telling me that, hey, you can't understand other accents. Australian or British or Irish or whatever. And my answer to that is, my response to that would be, I can tell the difference. I can understand what they're saying. Pathfinder. This is in the language known as Lap, with English subtitles. And this is the first LaserDisc I've run across that said that it was presented in Easy View, or with Easy View. Basically, it just means yellow subtitles instead of white. Okay, this is a really rare, hard to find release. And the reason is Fox rushed it out before they lost the rights to it. And then it was quickly out of print. So it wasn't available for very long, which explains why it's so hard to find. Gatefold jacket with copious liner notes. A film by Akira Kurosawa. Okay, this next one I got from Dodon's Rare Lasers. Sealed. And the thing about buying sealed LaserDiscs from Dodon's Rare Lasers is they seal them again. So you have 2 layers of sealing material. I already took off the seal that they put on it, but it's still got the original shrink wrap, and it's still sealed. The Raven and the Masque of the Red Death. These 2 films were originally released theatrically in the US by American International Pictures. And as it notes, or mentions up top, widescreen edition. Okay. Robin Hood. From Fox Video. Release 193. No, that's not 3. It's 0. 1907-80. Still in the ones that I purchased yesterday that were newly added. Schindler's List. Back when NBC ran this in prime time, it ran without commercial interruption and it was unedited. THX certified transfer, if I didn't already say that. Both of those conditions, not editing the film and running it commercial free, were conditions set down by Steven Spielberg. And I can see his point. I mean, this is not the kind of film that lends itself to constantly being interrupted by commercials. For one thing, it would be in bad taste. Okay, now I'm down to the ones that I had already bought, but not yet shown. This one is sealed. Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul. Now both of my daughters felt it necessary to point out to me, we've already got that on DVD. Yes, I know we've already got it on DVD. That's why I can keep it sealed. Okay, this was released by Columbia Pictures Home Video, Tony Danza, and She's Out of Control. And I remember when he went on Late Night with David Letterman to promote this film, and the clip he showed was rather tasteless. Wasn't exactly enticing me to go see the film. Okay, and this will finish up this box. This is one that he just added yesterday. I went ahead and turned around and bought it. Some Like It Hot. Marilyn Monroe, Tony Curtis, and Jack Lemmon. Directed by Billy Wilder. If I didn't already say, letterbox, and being that it's from MGM UA, we get treated to a gatefold jacket. Includes the original theatrical trailer. MGM was one of those companies you just knew the management were fans of the LaserDisc format because of their continual use of gatefold jackets, frequent use of gatefold jackets, thrown, customized paper sleeves with poly lining, and they released a lot of titles. I mean, a lot. Okay. I still have another full box. And as I mentioned earlier, I'll be going out to the flea market this coming weekend. Until next time, stay awesome.